it's Tracy from Nova Scotia Living, and I want you to come over for a little tea party tonight. I printed off a bunch of the questions that you guys, I asked you to ask me, and I haven't even read them yet, so I skimmed them, but I didn't really read them all. But I got you a teacup and I got me a teacup, so I'll just show you the teacups. And I know I'm talking fast, but I have 3 pages of questions to go through. This is your teacup. Isn't that pretty? The flowers and the handle even has gold trim all along the side, and how it flares out near the bottom, and there's not tea in here yet, so down around the bottom lip here, that's all gold. And there's the plate. This one is Royal Grafton Fine Bone China, made in England. And this is my teacup. Isn't that pretty? I find a lot of the teacups have the gold lining. All the different flowers. This reminds me of summertime. Beautiful. I'll put some pictures in too near the end, like when I sign off kind of thing, so you get a closer up look. So this just has a couple of tea bags in it. I boiled the water on the stove top, so I'm going to pour you some tea. Give myself some tea. And we're going to have a little tea party and answer some questions. I'm not sure if you all like milk or not, but I'll put it just a little bit. I don't generally put sugar in my tea. Some people do, but I don't. I like a good strong tea. Anyways, we'll just let that sit and cool a minute because this is piping hot. Anyways, let's jump right in. I'm excited to do this. So I don't know if you guys mind me saying your names. I don't think that you do, because that's, you know, you have a YouTube account, and when you make a comment it shows your name. So this one's from Lori M. It says, "Hi Tracy, Maze is such a ham. You're such a great mom. Are you planting a garden in the spring? If so, what will you plant?" Thanks for your comment, Lori. I don't have a green thumb at all. I am not the gardener in the family. My husband plants gardens though. He grew up with a great big garden. His family all gardened, and like big gardens. So I appreciate that he likes to garden. But we've learned over the years, I mean, I try to help where I can. I harvest, and I do all that kind of stuff. He does the gardening stuff. But we plant like beans, green beans and yellow beans, broccoli and lettuce and tomatoes, cucumbers. We'll just plant stuff that we actually eat. Cauliflower. Yeah, we used to try to go all out and have a whole bunch of things, but there's no sense in planting it if we're not going to eat it. So yes, we do plan on doing those little box gardens. We have 3 box gardens down in the backyard, and I'm sure he'll want to do that. So yes, we do plan on planting a garden. This one is from Tammy Shaw, and Tammy, I see your comments all the time. Thanks, Tammy. It says, "Here's a couple of questions. What does your husband do for a living?" That's one question. My husband works with the school board. I know quite a few of you asked, what does he do for a living? He works in the school board. He was a teacher. I mean, officially he's still a teacher, but he works in the school board for our region, so that's what he does. Are all of your children your biological children? Well, I have 5 biological children. One, oh, just a minute, you guys. My girls are coming out. Oh. What do you need, Mish? Okay, well you need to go out. You don't got a shirt on either. You don't need people seeing your belly button. Go on out.
Why is that there?
Because they're having a cup of tea with me. Just go on out. I'm not going to be... No. Well, you don't have a shirt on, Mish. Get going. They don't need to see your belly button. Silly girls. Yeah, 5 biological children that were born in my heart and in my belly, and one of our little girls, Messiah, she was born in my heart. So she's been with us since she was 8 months old, and it's been a wonderful journey ever since. So I say I have 6 children. Yes, I do have 6 children, but 5 are biologically mine. The other, and I just want to clarify, you guys, whenever you hear me say Little Miss Muffet or Little Man or Big Fella or Baby Boy, I'm talking about little foster babies or big foster babies that I might have here in the house. And I'm not really supposed to say their official name or show them really face on, you know, up close and personal kind of thing. So that's who I refer to. You know, I just call them little nicknames. So, yeah. Another one of her questions are, is it hard to become a foster parent in Canada? It's not really hard. It takes a little time. We've been a foster parent, and that's one of the questions in here somewhere, for a little over 10 years. And we had to do like a series of courses. They're all free, you know. We might have to travel a little ways around the province when they're having these courses, but we just did the courses. Cheers, guys. And yeah, we just have to do the courses. Now every year we still have to take a couple of mandatory courses, just so they don't expire or anything like that. But it's not really hard. It just takes a little time and commitment. How long have you been fostering? Yes, I answered that. So just a little over 10 years. The next question is from Candy Smith. Hi Tracy, hey, I would like to know if you and your family ever get away in the summer to a beach or camping. I know that you foster, and I'm curious if you ever get time just for yourselves. You work hard and you have a beautiful family with lots of love for all. I guess that's why I love your channel so much, because if I'd ever been blessed, I have 2 boys and 2 grandsons, with a daughter, I would have been so proud if she was like you. Oh, Candy, that is so sweet. See, I didn't read these in great detail. Candy, thank you so much for your wonderful comment. That just warms my heart. We get away some. We try to take advantage of the local sites. Now, having a big family, you know, it would cost a fortune to get up and out and go on an airplane to go anywhere. Don't spill that, Mish. But we take advantage of the things that we have around here. Now, sometimes, last summer we didn't do this. We rent a cottage that's in our province, not super far away, maybe an hour or 2 away, and rent it for a week. And we all go together. Sometimes we have foster kids at that time, sometimes we have exchange students at that time, or sometimes it's just us, depending on the dynamic of our family at that time. If it's too difficult to take the little itty-bitty brand new babies, then sometimes we wouldn't take the foster babies, but for the most part we go all together as one. But sometimes, being a foster parent, you can request respite, and I do that on occasion, and might have a weekend so it's just us here at the house, because it's important to still have that, oh, I don't know how to put it into words, that dynamic of our family. Like, they are part of our family, and I don't want to sound like they're not, because if I'm responsible for them, or we're responsible for any children that are in care and living in our home, they are a part of our family, absolutely, 100%. But in the grand scheme of things, they're not living here forever, and I need to still have that bond with my own family, if that makes sense. I hope that doesn't sound cold, because I certainly don't mean it to be cold. So yeah, thanks again, Candy. That was a wonderful comment. Laura Nye, I love your channel. My question is, how do you keep up all your energy and take care of so many? Well, Laura, I don't know how I do it. I think with every mom and dad, you just need to push through those times. I've learned that it's okay to take little breaks. It's okay to have a day off and let things go to, you know, go up the creek if you need to, but throughout the day, it looks like I'm busy all day long, and I am. I have things on the go. I still have a million things I could be doing right now, but I want to spend time with you, and I'm taking a little break. So sometimes I'll be reading 1 or 2 chapters in my book, or I might be writing a letter at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or just lounging on the couch and vegging out, you know, watching a YouTube channel. I like to do that to gaming channels. Mr. Hustler, if you're watching, it's you I like to watch lately. Gaming Grampy, it's another one. You know, it sounds crazy. I don't play video games, but sometimes I can just zone out and it's like watching a movie, and I don't know what the movie is all about because I don't know all these crazy games that are out there now. But I've learned I have to take breaks. And I get up early, and I have to do this more often. People tell me all the time, not just you guys tell me, but, you know, people in my family, I need to take a little more time for myself. I wish I would just, you know, like people say, I wish you would just go and do something for yourself. I need to do that a little bit more, but what I do is to take little breaks when I need a little break. And it's okay if supper's an hour late. It's okay if my laundry monster gets, you know, another mile high. Oh, it'll get tackled one of these days, but yeah. I'm a jabber. I don't know how long this video will be, but another question is from Anita Audit. How old are your children, oldest to youngest? Also, I'd love if you'd do a video of mustard pickles. Thank you, Tracy. Thanks, Anita. I planned on doing a mustard pickle video, but I didn't end up making mustard pickles this year, and because I still had a lot in the basement, but I had a ton of cucumbers too, but I do plan on doing that. I'll put some pictures in right here of mustard pickles from the past, but I promise you, the next time I make mustard pickles, I 100% will make a video of it. My children, my oldest is 22, that's baby Evie's mommy, Medea. My son, my teenager, Marquise, is 15, Mally is 9, she'll be 10 in April. Yeah, and my son will be 16 in March, I should just say. I'll just stick with their ages. Medea is 22, Marquise is 15, Mally is 9, Messiah just turned 8, Maze is 2, almost 3 in a couple of weeks. And Misha is 5, sorry, I think I skipped over her. Yeah, so that's my babies. Lori Markey, I just got your card the other day. Were you and your hubby high school sweethearts? Or how did you meet? And I look forward to more mail call and chit chats and your kids cooking, cleaning, coffee, and tea time. Thanks, Lori. Love ya. We were kind of high school sweethearts. We didn't go to the same school though. He ended up going to a neighboring school in a neighboring town. So yeah, we were that kind of a couple. And we didn't meet, we were very young, okay? We became parents. I became a mom. I was pregnant all through grade 11. Yeah, I was a teen mom. But we've been together ever since. We have been together for 23 years this March. And I don't regret it one single bit. But we started obviously dating when I was probably 16 and he was 18, and we've been together ever since. So yeah, he went to my senior prom, and you know, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, he's my one true love. Edith Goodwin, just wondering what your husband does for work. Works with the school board. Thanks, Edith. My Grammy's name was Edith. I like that name. Purple or Blue TV. This is a beautiful couple, and they have a great channel. I'm just saying, check them out sometime. What's your favorite meal to prepare? And what's your favorite movie or book? Okay, well, that's a loaded question because I cook all the time. My favorite food to prepare is something easy. Right off jump, I would have to say spaghetti or goulash. I can whip that up just like that. My favorite food to kind of prepare for myself and eat and enjoy, I would say Chinese food because I love Chinese food. My favorite movie or book? My favorite movie, I have a lot of favorite movies, but my number one, if anybody ever asked me, it's the Lost Boys movie with Kiefer Sutherland, and I thought he was so dreamy when I was a teenager, honestly. But there's so many great movies out there, really. Favorite book? That's hard too, because I love so many. I really, truly fell in love with reading. Well, I've read a whole bunch of different genres, but right off jump, I love Cressley Cole. I love Lauren Donner. I love Jacqueline Frank. I love Anne Rice. I love, oh, so many. Oh, so many. There's so many to love out there. So many creative people. Thanks for your question, ladies. Beck's Corner, another great channel. I love Beck. She's a hardworking woman and has a hardworking husband and a beautiful family. And my prayers for your Grammy, of course. Will we ever see your husband on camera? Well, you'll occasionally see little glimpses of him walking by. I think if you check out a couple, occasionally you might get a flash of his face, but he's not one for the camera. I got an itch on my leg. He's not one for the camera, guys, and maybe someday, but yeah, he's not one for the camera. He supports me. He really supports me. He's camera shy. He really is. You never know. Things could change, though. He might be on it someday. I asked him. I was like, can I at least post a picture of you? He's like, well, I don't know, maybe. I'll keep working on it, though, guys. I will keep working on it. Sharon F. Are those wide plank pine floors in your upstairs? So beautiful. I think they are. I don't know. They're real wood, though. They're not like clipboard or anything like that. Yeah, I think they are. I think. And I just love my downstairs floor and I love my upstairs floor. The floors in the bedrooms of the kids and well, not mine. Mine is like the hallway upstairs. But the floors in the kids' bedrooms are all the original floors from this house. And they're big, wide planks too, but they're painted. So, yeah. Anyways, yes, I think they are. Megan Cole, such a bright young woman that does all this beauty stuff. She's a beautiful, beautiful spirit. Favorite animal, best tradition you love doing with your kids? Oh, favorite animal. Oh my, that's a hard one. I love polar bears. I love elephants. I love crocodiles. I love snakes. I love dragons. My daughter has 3 dragons, bearded dragons. So I don't know. That's so hard, Megan. Hard. I do love polar bears, though. I do. Best tradition you love doing with your kids? Well, we always have a Smartie cake at a birthday. Now, Messiah's was a different one. We had Smartie cupcakes, if you watched that video the other day. But my mom always did a Smartie cake, birthday cake that was covered in chocolate, covered in Smarties. So I've brought that forward to my children. My favorite tradition I've started myself with my kids is the Christmas cozy. If you watched all through my Maritime Christmas, how we had that box I got from a furniture store and covered it in Christmas wrapping paper, cut a door in it and put Christmas lights in it, and it stays all for the month of December. That's my favorite tradition so far, and we've done it for 3 years now, and I plan on doing it until I kick the bucket, even with my grandbabies and great-grandbabies. Whether they live around me or not, we're always going to have a Christmas cozy in this house, so you just never know. But so far, that's what I can say. Thanks, Megan. Erica King Vlogs. She's a beautiful woman and a mom. She has a great channel too. You really need to check her out if you're in the mood. Such a nice village. Question: do you and your husband come from a large family? Like, do either of you have multiple siblings? You may have said this in a video and I missed it. I don't know if I said it before, Erica, or not. I have an older sister and a younger brother, so it's a medium family. He has a bigger family than I did. He has 3 siblings, including him, well, like plus him, so he had 4 kids in his family. 5, sorry, 5. Oh my goodness, sorry. So yeah, we're not small families, but yeah, we have a good sized family. Thanks for your question. Christy Nicola, have a nice weekend. How many pets do you have? The big fat 0. We don't have any pets right now except for the spiders and the cobwebs, and I love it, each and every one of them. Judy Leffler. This is a nice big comment. I haven't read it. Hi Tracy, I love seeing the beautiful scenes of the village. Oh, I did read this a few days ago. Scenes of the little village you shared. I love trees and gardens and would enjoy any pictures of local produce in the summer and anything with snow in the winter. I also love canning and would like to see you make mustard pickles. I will do it someday. I love all things pickled and have never heard of these before. Oh, I would like to hear about your sauerkraut. I never saw anything after the first sauerkraut video. That is something I have not tried to make. I love seeing all the things of food and baking, and I just love hearing you talk about your daily life. I also would be interested in what your husband does for a living, and how did y'all decide for you to be a stay-at-home mom. I would have loved to have been a stay-at-home mom myself. If our kids, when our kids were teens. Oh, I worked full-time for 25 years and then part for 15. So I was blessed to be home with our kids when our kids were teens, and that was good. Stay-at-home mom videos are so interesting to me. I never tire of seeing how others arrange their homes, making their family meals and love on their children. Thank you for all you share. Nana hugs from Virginia. Thank you, Judy. What a nice comment. That's just like a letter. You need to write me a letter someday if you ever want to. I'd love to hear all about you being a stay-at-home mom and stuff too. But yeah, I will do that mustard pickles. I didn't realize it's not that well known. You know, I've had a few people say they've never heard of mustard pickles. We had them all the time growing up. Maybe it's just more native to here. I don't know. And sauerkraut, yeah, I need to do another sauerkraut video. But I do have a video on canning sauerkraut, Judy. If you look back, it's not in the newer sauerkraut ones. It's one of the older videos. I do have that. I'll try to remember to post it in the description box down below. The next, is that the only question? Oh, how did we decide on being a stay-at-home mom? Well, I worked permanent part-time for years at a local group home. I'm on leave from there now, so I could potentially end up going back to work, but right now I'm a stay-at-home mom and I'm loving every minute of it. So yeah, I'm fortunate to be able to do that. The next question is Jolene McNaught. Do you plan on having any more children? You're such a natural looking after them. Well, no, I don't plan on having more children, but I find babies are a blessing and they come when they come. We certainly don't have that planned in our cards, but I have grandbabies now. Well, I have a grandbaby now, and yeah, I'm gonna welcome all the babies that come into my life no matter where they come from. So yeah, I don't plan on it, no. Coupon Girl, Maze is just precious. Why did you decide to foster? How many kids can you have at a time? Well, thank you. Maze is quite something else, isn't he? What made us decide to foster? Well, as a teenager, I worked with a young man who had autism, and I was still in high school, and I would just do respite on the weekends. I was still living at my mom and dad's, but I would go and take him for the weekend, not overnight. I'd always bring him back home, but kind of like babysitting. But and it just sparked a bug. I always wanted to try to help take care of kids when I could. I'd love to travel and help different communities, but that's not in my cards or my future. So I'm trying to help the kids in my own community or my own province or however I can help them. So I feel like if I'm raising children, I have room for as many children as I'm allowed to have, and we are officially okayed to have 3 extra children in our home through the foster care system. Currently we have 2, so but here I think you can only have 2 babies under the age of 3. And I personally, I don't ever ask for babies. That just seems to be what I'm getting. I always ask for bigger kids or homes for bigger kids, but there's always a growing need for foster families in our area, and not just in my specific area, in the whole rural communities of the Maritime. So yeah. Yeah. Thanks for your comment, Coupon Girl. The RV Life Family Vlogs. Great vlog once again, Tracy. Love your vlogs. My question is, if you could pack up your whole family and go on a holiday vacation anywheres, where would you love to take them? Oh boy, that's a lot of that's a loaded question, because there's people go on cruises, people go to resorts. I've never done anything like that. If it's the whole family, I would say keep doing what we're doing. I'd like to go to a nice comfortable cottage that's very, not isolated, like completely cut off, but in a safe, isolated area, if you know what I'm saying. I think that would be fun, just to be thrown back in nature and enjoy the wilds of either a lake or an ocean. It's a magical place, and there's lots of fairies and magical creatures out there. So that's what I would pick. What we do with our children to go on a big fancy vacation, we've only ever done this once with our oldest daughter, and I plan on doing it again with all of the children. When they get around 15 or 16, they get to pick one place in the whole wide world that they'd like to go, and myself and my sister-in-law take them. My oldest daughter picked to go to La Tomatina, that giant tomato fight in Spain, and we went in 2010. We stayed in Madrid for a couple of weeks, and it was a ball. We rented it like an apartment, and we stayed, and we went on the subway and all that kind of stuff. So Marquis, he's picking someplace. He's saying, I think he was saying Paris. He was saying Rio before, but now he's saying Paris. So we might end up going there someday. And then Mally comes up to that age, and Zaya comes up to that age, and Misha and Maze. It's a little more cost efficient, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Thanks for your comment. RV Life Family Vlogs. They have a channel too. Check them out. Michael Wilson, another channel. You live in such a beautiful part of the world. I was lucky enough to visit a few years back. Do you ever get a chance to travel at all? Well, I kind of answered that, but just to travel around the local areas costs too much to travel any great distance. But there's beauty all around wherever you live. Sorry guys, it shut off. I don't know whether my camera can only run for so long. Yeah, it costs too much to travel. But thanks for asking. Helen Lane, how long have you been married? We've been married 33 years. Thanks, Helen. Well, we've been together for almost 23 years. So, yeah, and I'm loving every minute of it. It gets better day by day. Thanks for your comment. Super Cam, like number 50. What's your favorite food? Well, I love food. Oh, the phone still is off the hook. But if I could pick any kind of prepared meal for me, it's Chinese food. All right, it's still working. Christine Bush, how did you choose your children's names? I never picked my children's names. My husband names all the children because all the children have my last name. I know we're a little unconventional, but that's how we do it. He picked all the kids' names. When Messiah came to us, that was her name, so she fit right in with all the kids. But his family is all named with M's, and he named all our children with M's. Now, if he picked a name and I really didn't like it, of course he wouldn't pick that name, but he named all the names. Yeah, that's how we do it. Chastity Renee, great channel. She's a great mom too. You should really check her out. My one question is about your home. Is it a family home? Meaning, did you or your husband's family live there in the past? I've always wondered about it since it's an older home. Our home belonged to my husband's grandfather. It was built in the 70s, so it's not as old as you guys's. So there's more of a history behind your home, which makes it more intriguing. I know I'm weird, but I have a fascination with older homes and the history behind them. You're not weird at all, Chastity. Don't worry about that. No, this is not a family home. It's going to be our family home forever, though. I don't ever plan on moving from here. I love this home. And it loves us, I think. But, yeah, this is a very old home. It's almost 200 years, not quite. 180 some years old, I think. And, but this was, people around here know this house as the Bell House. I guess it was quite something back in its heyday. And there's a house right next door to us that there used to be something that went along with this house or something. I'm not sure. I'll have to look to see if I can find some more history about this place, but yeah. You want a cup of tea? You want a sip of your tea? There you go. Yeah, good question. It makes me want to find out a little bit more. If you could travel to one place, where would it be? Thanks, Tammy Morrison. Tammy Morrison. Well, if it was just me, I always wanted, well, I'd go anywhere, so I'd love to see any place. India, Russia, China, anywheres, you know, like anywheres. anywheres in Europe or whatever, but I really would like to go to Finland because my mom's family was from Finland, and I would just like to experience there because that's where my grandmother's family is all from, and all my ancestry on my mom's side is from. I'd like to go there. So yeah, Finland. Mr. Hustler, he's the gamer I was saying. What do you enjoy doing when you have free time? Napping. I don't ever get a chance to nap, but if I had a whole day to myself, I could do anything, but I'd probably take a nice long nap if I wanted one. But I like to read, and I like to listen to books, and I used to love listening to music, and I still like music, don't get me wrong, but I don't have a chance to listen to CDs like I used to, you know. I need to dump this out and get a new cup. This is cold. But I could sing every single Raffi song. I know Sharon, Lois, and Bram. I listen to those all the time. I'm not even going to get the milk again. Yeah, that's what I like to do. That's what I like to do. Sherry Madden, how many siblings do you have, and where did you meet your husband? What color is your favorite, and is your baby boy named Mason? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? What made you become a YouTube vlogger? That's a bunch of questions. How many siblings? An older sister and a younger brother. How and where did you meet your husband? I met him at a little teen club in downtown Digby. It was called Club Nations. It's not there anymore. And he walked up to me at the end of the night, and it was like a dance club, right? And of course you're not supposed to drink or smoke there, but when you're a teenager you do all those shenanigans. But he walked out with a friend, I forget who, and said, "Can I get your digits?" And I said, "I'm the only McGarvey in the book." And he called me a couple weeks later, and yeah, the rest is history. Cheeseball, I know, but it's the way it was. It was the 90s, right? What's your favorite color? It's black. I love black. There's a lot of colors though. I love all colors really, but for myself, I wear black all the time. And it just, yeah, I don't know. It just eliminates any pressure of trying to dress a certain way. Just put black on. I don't wear white because it would get dirty all the time. Black gets dirty too, but you don't see it. Is your baby boy's name Mason? No, it's just Maze. And I have a few people ask, how do you spell Maze? It's M-A-Y-E-S. Maze. Yes. Where do I see myself in 10 years? Well, maybe a couple more grandbabies, maybe. Maybe not, and that's okay. They come when they come. A little more out of debt. We're not crazy in debt, but you know, we're paying on our house and stuff like that. I would like to have a piece of property on a lake in the woods, like to have a cottage. It doesn't have to be big and fancy, but we'll first start off with just buying a piece of property, and you know, in 10 years I'd like to have something like that. Yeah. What made you become a YouTube vlogger? Well, I always say I'm a YouTube junkie because I watched YouTube all the time. I didn't watch TV, I didn't watch movies, I watched YouTube, and I still love YouTube. And I had a lot of encouragement from people. One YouTuber in particular, Cheapskate Gardener, her name's Christine. She's up from Cape Breton. I know I mentioned her in a few videos. She mentioned and she told me how to go about doing it, and I was always shy of showing my face, and you know, I never wanted pictures taken of me, but it's just part of me trying to bust out of my bubble. And yeah, I'm you know, you guys see what I do around the house. I'm bustling around here, I'm busting my hump doing stuff, but this way I have friends over and I get to have a cup of tea with you, or I'd like to just chit chat with you while I'm making supper, just like you are sitting right here. I'm not even joking. I enjoy it. So there's a lot of controversy going on, or hoopla about the monetization, and I understand it's frustrating, but I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing because I love what I do, and I do it for fun, and the love and feedback I get from you guys, honestly. Patricia, I don't ever know how to say your last name. Patricia, it's N-C-U-B-E. I'm just gonna call you N-Cube. I don't know how you say your last name. She has a great channel. She's one of these gardener people. she's phenomenal. Phenomenal lady. Really, check her out sometime. You're a very strong and cheerful woman. I was wondering, what is your favorite memory? Loved the visit. See you soon. Thanks, Patricia. There's so many memories. I remember, well, what pops into my mind is Parker's Cove. I know I took you guys there in one of the videos, staying at my grandmother's house. And she had the clothesline with the stick that holds the clothesline up, and her sheets were always so cold, but in a good, nice, cool, refreshing way. And if they were hanging on the line, they'd smell, and I'd run through them. And the ocean was right there, and you'd roll down a hill because it was right on a hill, and you'd lay down and roll down, and everything was so crisp and white. That's just one memory. I have a million more, so that one just pops into my head right now. Yeah, great question. Next question is Stewie's pal. Hi Tracy, love your videos. My questions are, how many children do you have and what are their ages? Well, 6 children, and from 22 to 2. I think you foster. I'm new to the channel. Where do they go daily, and what does your husband do for a living? There's just the right level of noisiness. I have to going now. LOL. I'm binge watching your videos. I can't get enough. Be blessed, Barbara. Thanks, Barbara. Yeah, some of those questions I answered already. A couple days a week, some of the foster babies either go, they do go to daycare 1 or 2 days, and I drive them. Sometimes I drive them, like they go for visits a couple times a week. Some go to a group where they might see their siblings, or maybe not. Like, I don't want to divulge too much. But oftentimes when children go into care, there's more than one child. It's very rare I get a child here when they're an only child. Often there's groups, and I can't take them all, so they go to pocket activities that they can be with their siblings for a little while, even if it's not a visit with the parents. So yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, Rusty Faith. He's a good YouTuber too. What music do you like? Oh, I love so many. I can't even nail that down. I love everything from polka to rock and roll to rap to classical to whatever. If I can dance to it, or if I can jiggle my body to it, then I like it. It's good. Pop Up, thanks Rusty. Pop Up asks, we lost a lot of snow here too. No shingles though. Hope you guys don't have the flu. Your husband did a good job shopping. I do a lot of shopping here. Buy one, get one. The beef was expensive if you didn't get one. Feel free. I know the feeling. Oh, that wasn't a question. He just commented. Thanks Pop Up for the comment. Sally Wenzik. She's a wonderful person. Wonderful person. Your town is so beautiful. Thanks for the tour of your area. What are your hobbies? And if you have time for them. Hugs from Michigan. I have a few hobbies, but not often have a lot of time for them. But I mentioned them here. I like reading. I love napping. I love movies. Certain movies, not all movies, but yeah, that's what I like to do. That's what I like to do. I go through phases and do different things. For a couple of years, I made a whole bunch of homemade beer and a whole bunch of homemade wine. I go on kicks of canning. That's a big hobby of mine. I love canning, and it's something that benefits my family. You know, I started it off as a hobby, and now I do it all the time. It's a must. So, last page, guys. Last page. John Hill. I think I have heard you mention in another video that you have a dog. What kind and how many? Sharon. Well, Sharon. No, we don't have a dog anymore. We did, but we don't anymore. And I didn't have one when I started the channel. But there's dogs all around me, so you might have heard me talk about a dog. My sister has 3 dogs, and they're absolutely beautiful. This one I don't know. I think I forgot to print off who said that. Never seen your husband really close up. Will you be doing videos with him soon? No, sorry, probably not. And I know you have a combo of your own children and foster children. I have noticed some children are biracial. Are they foster children or are they yours? Oh, the kids are out there fighting. Interested only because I have the same among my children. Thanks. If too personal, Tracy, I understand. Stephanie from Miami. Well, you guys stop hollering out there. They're just bickering. Yeah, well, here, my children are African Nova Scotian, and some are mine and some are not. So, yeah, I don't mind you asking. But yeah, my husband, he will not be in a video anytime soon, I can't think. I'll see if I can work on him getting a picture in, though. Just hold on a minute, guys. Maze is out there having a meltdown. Maze is out there pulling Misha's hair. He's going through some sort of something. Okay, Ben Zindo. Ben Zindo. Hi Tracy, I noticed you have 2 older children and 4 younger children under the age of 10ish. Have you been married twice, or are these older kids your husbands from a former marriage? How come your girls only have 9 or so people in their class? Do they go to a private school? Nope, they're all our children. With just my first 3, our first 3 children are 6 years apart, and then I squished all the rest together. Just the way it worked out. Babies come when they come, right? Yeah, Messiah only has 4 kids in their class. Just rural Nova Scotia for you. That's just the way it is. Some classes are big, some classes are small. But it's certainly not a private school. Thanks for your comment, Ben. Sharon F. How do you meal plan? I'm always looking for tips. I don't really meal plan. I'm not one of those meal planners that you see on YouTube. I would like to be. It's hard because my husband grocery shops almost every time he goes to town, and I just need to cook what I get in the house because I can't even hardly get through my freezer sometimes because he's coming home with a bunch of stuff. I know it's not a bad problem. I don't want to complain about that, but it's hard to plan of what I'm gonna make a week ahead of time. The only time I can plan that is if a holiday's coming. Oh well, you know, I know what I'm doing, but other than that, I'm winging it. I might know a day ahead of time, but that's about it. I'm not that organized. Holly Tree, your supper looks so yummy. A mail call was so much fun. Tracy, why do your foster babies have to go out every day? Do American foster babies do that too? It seems sad to me. Home is for babies, especially in the winter. Yeah, I don't know about American foster babies, like in the United States. I don't know about that system at all. The babies go out because when they're here, they need to go to their visits, like organized visits. I have no control over that. I have control of whether I can pick them up or drop them off, and if I'm doing a baby run, that's what I'm talking about. And that's what they do. They don't go every single day all the time, but they go when they're supposed to go, and that's just the way we do. Mary Beasley, thanks for your question, Holly. I see a lot of your comments too. I just love your support and love that you show me. Thank you. Mary Beasley, hi, I have a question. I would like to ask your children's are different. How did you pick the names out? Mary from Toronto. Thanks, Mary. Canadian lady. Well, like I said, I never picked out the names. My husband did. That's just the way they do. And they're all different. Yeah. If you're asking how my children are different, I always say my oldest is the really artsy child. My son, my teenager, is the musical child. He's just a natural musician, like self-taught, honestly. Mally is the most stubborn person I've ever met in my entire life. She's extra special, but she's the most stubborn person I've ever met in my life. So I have no worries about her in the future. Nobody's going to tell her what to do. Messiah is my beauty queen, diva queen, if you know what I'm saying. She likes everything very princessy, girly, you know. I'm not that way at all, but she loves all that stuff. Misha is the mastermind. She's the one that sits back. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you can hear them out there. I apologize. I think he needs to go for a kink. I really do. She sits back and is the quiet little, her nickname around here is Mischief, Miss Mischief. I don't really say it a whole lot, but she's Mischief. She's a very pleasant, kind, but hilarious little girl, but she's the mastermind. She'll sit there and be quiet and listen to everybody and then go do what she knows that she can do without verbally or physically stirring the pot. She gets things done. Just, she sits back and plans. Maze, he's a little bit of everybody's. He's my little firecracker, my little storm, my little thunderbolt. He's yet to be really nicknamed. I just call him Mr. Maze right now because he's still so little. But yeah, thanks for your question, Mary. Shirley Moss, did you ever try coconut oil on your child's skin? Yes, I like to do baby massages with coconut oil. It feels so good, so good. It's such a good thing for your hair and your body. You can eat it, you can rub it on yourself. Yeah, for sure. The Duff 12345. Why don't we ever see your husband on vlogs? What's his name? Well, his name is Martin, but you probably won't see him on vlogs unless you see a little glimpse of him. Thanks for your question. MLS, ML space S. How many children do you have? 6. I have wondered if all the babies are yours or if you have a service for care. Well, I have 6 of my own, and right now 2 extras, but sometimes it can be more, sometimes it can be less. I'm familiar with the community services in Canada. I enjoy your videos. Well, thank you, MLS. I appreciate your comment. Linda CT, great person. What a beautiful village. Thanks for sharing. How do you spell your little boy's name? M-A-Y-E-S. Love your attitude and spirit. You are amazing. You're amazing too. Thank you for sharing your life with us. Linda from Windsor, Ontario. Well, thank you, Linda. Yeah, M-A-Y-E-S. That's how you spell his name. And you are an amazing person too. Frugal Mom Holly, does Maze's eczema bother him in the summer too? Yeah, it bothers him all year round. I just have to use different methods. If I use a cream for so long, I need to switch it up because his skin gets used to it. He's a really tricky one. But my other kids were like that too. Eventually he'll start to grow out of it. It doesn't ever go away completely, but it gets much better. It does. Thanks, Holly. She's a good friend of mine too. Andrea Blathis. Hi Tracy, do you live near or have you ever been to Oak Island? No, I haven't, and I meant to check. I've seen that question. I don't know where my phone is. It's I would say within a couple of hours from here, I think. I don't know. I've been very, very close to it though. Very, very close. But no, I've never actually been there where they're doing the show and stuff like that. My boyfriend and I watch The Curse of Oak Island every week. I sure wish they'd find some treasure. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? Thank you for your channel. It gives me hours of entertainment. I love it. Well, thank you, Andrea. I love that you love me and I love you. So thank you. Last but not least, Lori Markey. I don't know if this is another one or not. I forget. I think anyways. Do you have a recipe for the chocolate soy balls? Most beautiful photo of your kids with the snowman. Adore the teacup and saucer. Yes, I do have it. I think I asked my daughter. She's the one that made it. She sent it to me on Messenger. So I'll copy it and paste it in the description box down below if I have it. So that's it, guys. We didn't even finish our tea. Oh, it's good. Well, thanks for joining me. I think this is probably going to be a super long video, but I had a lot of questions and I've enjoyed doing it. I might do it again, I don't know, in 6 months or something like that. We'll see. We'll see. But if I left anybody out, I tried to skim through all my comments real quick to, you know, if I see a question mark, I copied and pasted it. So yeah, peace, love, and happiness today and every day. I hope that clarifies a little bit of questions you had about me. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose. Have another sip of your tea before you go. I know you gotta run. But, yeah, I'm glad you joined me. I really am. I had a blast, and yeah, I talked your ear off. So go do what you gotta do and come back for a visit tomorrow because my door's always open for you. It always is. So yeah, come back for a yak. I'll put the kettle on. Anyways, have a good evening, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.